Oh, now we're live. I
We're
had to figure out
live.
how to do that. It's the first time I ever did it. That's pretty weird.
Congratulations. Now you get to
Hey, a
tell me
first
how
one
you did it.
today. I learned something new.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, welcome. People coming in a few minutes. I'm sure we'll be slowly popping in. This isn't a usual time for me, so I may have some new faces.
Well,
So
that'd
I'm
be
looking
fun.
forward to that. And anybody watching back on playback, thank you for joining us. This is the lovely Priscilla and Heather from the Crone Zone. Ancient no, with conversations with the
Conversations with the
ancients.
ancients. Those are my guides.
Wonderful.
Those are the
I'm sorry
guides.
that I got that backwards. I was trying to make sure
It's
that
all
I
right.
didn't transcribe, but yes,
It's a
um,
long name.
it is. You know what? Someone told me one day after I changed my name, they mentioned, they're like, wow, that's a mouthful. And I'm like, have you seen some of the names on these other channels?
I know some of them are really long.
Yes, but
There's
oh,
Warrior Girl.
hi, Warrior Girl. Welcome.
Hi, Warrior Girl.
Thank
Hi.
you for
Thanks for
joining
joining
us.
us.
Yes. And also people watching back on playback, the link for these lovely ladies are in the description below. And your first time you've been on my channel, was are there anything that you ladies would like to show? Not to show. Well, eventually we will do a show, show and tell.
We will.
Um, but is there anything that you would like to share about how you got your channel going and what you have coming up for the rest of the week? Because you do several lives together and you have always lovely special guests with you. And so I'll just leave that to you ladies.
Thank you. Well, we were guided to start the channel a couple of years ago. It took me about a year and a half to um, agree to having a YouTube channel because I'm an empath and
Mhm.
an introvert, and I didn't think it was the sort of place for me. So I started
Mhm.
watching this community, and people weren't mean and nasty, and I was really surprised. So
Yes.
we probably watched for about 6 months, and finally I told my guides, "Okay, whatever it is you want me to do, I'll do it. But you're gonna have to send me experts because I know nothing about YouTube. I've been out of working on a computer for many years, and this I know nothing."
Hmm.
So
I'm
about
learning too.
6 weeks later, we met some fellows from LA, and he happened to be a
Ooh.
six-time Emmy winner of news production. And we
Oh,
became,
don't tell me that wasn't divinely guided. I
oh,
am
it
Oh,
so
it
was.
speechless
was.
It
It
too.
so
was.
was. When we
Wow.
sat down next to him, not knowing who they were in a restaurant, and he turned around and we started talking, and he told me his name and what he did, I got chills, body chills. And when we walked out of the restaurant, I said, "You know who that was, don't you?" And she's like, "No, what do you mean?" I said, "Those are the producers of our new show. They're going to show us how to do YouTube." And sure enough, it was
That's what they
about
did.
another month, and the ball started rolling. I didn't even tell them about it for a while because I didn't want them to think, "Oh, we're just friends because of this." I
Hmm.
never said anything about it because I just knew it would work
Yeah.
out. It was ready, and it did. So we started working on the project in October, and of course, because they were professionals, they had to get all kinds of crazy stuff that we didn't know how to use and
Hmm.
still don't know how to use for the most part.
I'm one
But
of
they
those who
got
have
us
to
on
show
here.
several
And,
times over to be able for it to sink in. But yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was terrified. I was shaking the first show. I literally
Oh my
was,
God, yes.
I was absolutely terrified. But I could not have gone to a better community. Everybody has been just so supportive and
Yes.
loving and
Hmm.
friendly and helpful that I just feel blessed. And
Me
I'm
too.
doing whatever it is my guides want me to do. So triple blessed.
And you know who really encouraged me? Because I was watching a lot of the political shows in the beginning. This was about a year or so ago before it became too much for me to handle. But getting back into my cards, I was watching Scott's channel on Sundays. and also the Mystery Theater that he was doing with Andrea
Oh, I
from
love that.
Lilac Lantern.
Yes, I love that.
And at one point, I was starting to get cards again out because I found out that, hey, you don't have to follow them. You have to read cards A, B, C. It's how you interpret, it's how you
Yeah.
feel, how you want to lay them out. And I started to, you know, put a few of the cards I was getting into chat. I found out later on some readers do not like you doing that. So, and I respect that. So I found out, pretty quick. But Scott was always very like, yeah, put the cards in. Let's see what
Yeah,
everybody
some of
else
them
is
like it,
getting.
and it's kind of fun to see
And
what other people get.
yes, and he was like going ahead and like putting mine up on the screen, posting my cards. And I'm like, oh my God, and they were saying, look at, this is what she's getting too, this and that. And yeah, Scott's been a major um, support for me to,
Us
you
too.
know,
Yeah.
mhm.
He's been very supportive of us too. He's a good
And
guy. As a matter of fact, he's been my son in a previous life,
And my brother.
and her brother.
hmm,
That he found that out when we first met
Mm-hmm.
several months ago, I guess. We only started in February, so we really are brand new.
yeah, I started and I opened my channel. I did a couple recorded, I think, in the end of December, just after Christmas. But my first live was in January, so I'm coming up to my first year already.
Yeah.
And really quick, Ruth popped in. She says, "Hi, Heather
That's
Scared."
so cute. Hi, Ruth. We've been missing you, Ruth. Haven't
That's
seen
cute,
you.
Ruth. That's
Yeah.
cute.
And
Perfect.
Ivana popped in. Hi,
Hi,
Ivana.
Ivana.
I know you're lurking, but thank you for popping in and saying hi.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
lurk and work a lot.
Yeah,
I
I can't
understand.
do I can't do politics anymore because from when I started picking up the cards again, so much has happened in the interim that there's just too many more players. There's too much more stuff that I'm just like, no, I'll leave that to the pros who are able to, you know, handle those
Yeah,
kind of
I'm a
readings.
lurker on most of those that do the politics, a lot of politics. We don't do politics on our show because there are people that do it quite well, and we're not needed in that
Yes,
area. We have
I
other
I
things
want to
that
be
we want to do.
the balance,
But
because I love those
that's where I
shows.
get my news. I go watch the readers on the politics, and then oh, okay, I
Yep,
got it. I know what I need to know
I'll
because
typically watch.
we haven't watched the news in about
Oh,
3 years.
I haven't
No,
either.
Yeah,
So
not
me.
when
with COVID.
Marina invited me on to be her guest, she's big political reader last week. She was like, "Well, let's talk about a couple, people," and she mentioned one, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is. It sounds familiar, but I don't know. Good side, bad side, middle, neutral. Yeah, I just I just can't handle it. And every now and then Scott will send me something. He'll go, "Oh, look at this," and I live in a very red area. New York is blue, but I'm in a very red part of New York. And so when I see these ridiculous flags and signs and bumper stickers and whatnot, sometimes I'll take a picture and like over the I don't go up too much on it, but over the summer where I live, people were putting in signs into the ground, those stick signs for elections saying Giuliani for mayor, I mean for governor.
Oh my
Like,
god.
what? The dude's heading to jail. And you're putting the signs up. So, oh my goodness. But all
You
right.
can't get much redder than Florida. I think Key West is pretty blue, but Florida is so
It's
red, and
6 of
we
one,
have the
half dozen the
Satan,
other in
so
Key West.
Yeah. And
And
that's why
been
I
on
like
both.
shows and channels like ours because we provide an alternative. You know,
absolutely.
when you need to get away from the heaviness of politics, you know, there are other channels that be like,
Well, I
okay,
just found it drove me crazy. That was a rabbit hole that made me angry and
oh
upset all
yeah,
the
and you
time, and
can't
I
live in
just
that energy. I
mm-mm,
mean,
No,
I don't
no.
know how some of our fellow readers can do
I
two,
don't
three
either.
shows a week, and and our, I know some of my subscribers, a lot of them just go from each show and things, and I was like, I was doing that, but then after a while, it was just like it's like when they say, well, hatred is kind of like making you drink your own poison, expecting the
Exactly.
other person to,
Exactly.
And it's a
and
major draw on your energy.
it
I
is.
don't want to lower my energy to that
No.
level.
So that's why I wanted to. I mean, some people say, well, now you do investigative tarot and you're talking about investigating and reading on, crime and missing persons and stuff. And I said, but yeah, that's that one time it's to help give the individual, the victim, a voice. Maybe the family might come across this video and maybe something that myself or one of my fellow readers might have come, found through cards that might be able to be
You
useful
never
to help.
know.
You just never know. So for me, that energy,
That's a totally
I
different energy.
yeah.
That's a
And when
totally
I'm done
different energy.
and that case is
That's
over,
done in the guise of helping. That is helping, putting out love and light and helping others. That politics is not that. It's different.
well, it's a heavy energy on both sides, but for me, it's like when I'm done, when the information is like when either the spirit or the spirit guide of that individual is like, okay, everything that needs to be said and known is done. It has been said. We ask for a party message from the person we're reading on. What can you share with those still here on earth? And we end it with that, a cleanse, with, a collective reading from them with positivity and then just moving forward. So
that's beautiful.
And so color, teal.
Color.
Now, first of all, I'm going to ask you ladies why you picked teal. Now I'm going to pull up the picture for everybody to see. What drew you to
because it was the obvious choice. You'll see in a moment.
We like teal.
Yes.
Hi, Tracy Ralph.
Hopefully there's not too much glare. I apologize.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's our home. That's our side door. And you can see our house is teal and the ceiling of our porch is haint blue, which is a shade of teal, a lighter shade of teal.
What drew you to choosing that color and how does that color feel for you? So you're my guest. I will let you go and share what you love about the color and what you've discovered that you would like to share.
It's happy.
It makes us happy. It makes me giggle every time I look at it. It's cheerful. And we live on an island, and it's kind of the color of the Atlantic Ocean a couple of blocks away.
I miss the ocean. Yeah. Hello, Tracy. Ralph saying hello really quick.
It's just one of our favorite colors.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that with all the pink and purple, but teal's probably right up there with pink and purple, but it doesn't show on a green screen, so you don't see us wearing it.
Yeah, if we didn't have a green screen, we'd probably always be wearing teal or blue or something like that.
Yeah.
So
no, but I love the purples and violets on you, Heather.
It's a beautiful color. We do too.
And that hair, Priscilla. I have to tell you, when you first jumped into, the link, I don't know if it was through Scott or YouTube put you in my algorithms, and I saw that hair and I was like, oh, that is so badass. Oh my God. It's like, but you know what? I'm noticing a lot of older women, 50s, 60s, 70s, especially in like Walmart and going to the stores, they're taking sections of their hair. They're putting purples. They're putting
it's great.
And I just love how,
well, come on. Nancy Jean has purple hair.
I know. Nancy Jean.
Allie had teal hair. So,
oh yes, that
it's
one
fun.
night, that was awesome when we did the.
I know, it's fun.
Yes. So it
is a pain in the butt to upkeep, I have to say, because my hair is actually white.
And I did try to dye mine, but it just doesn't take the color.
No. It doesn't take. Yeah, I just redid mine
gray.
over again.
Yeah,
but my gray comes back within a week. You start to see a tiny little silver halo, but Shan actually
got a little bit of silver,
my hair.
but not much.
I noticed you touched it up.
Yeah,
I had to. I touched mine up today too.
It's kind of hard to see, but it's got the But I don't mind. I like the difference. I'm an artist. I love colors, so this was people are like.
So you asked me about the color, why we did our house that color.
Yes.
Another reason is the haint blue. Haint blue is the color of the ceilings outside in the south, and there's a history behind it. But it keeps away not only the haunts, but it keeps away the mud
Wasps.
daubers and wasps and stuff like that. Now, everything I read about teal said there was no scientific evidence of that. But I can tell you, I lived in Texas and I had mud daubers and hornets and you name it on the
I've never
ceiling
heard of a
of our
mud
house.
dauber. Okay.
Oh, they're like, well, they're wasps. Yeah.
But they
Mm.
don't, I don't know that they even sting.
Well, if they're in
Yeah,
the
they
wasp
do.
family.
Yeah, but they're in the wasp family. But we had that all over the ceilings on our porch in Texas. We have never had one single wasp nest or anything on our house here. And it's almost 7 years we've lived here.
Because color
Yeah.
puts off energy. It's becoming more of a scientific fact.
It is.
Mhm.
That's why I loved that guide, because she goes and talks about, the energy, the science of color, and how people are studying it more, and how color is being, introduced into the healing, not just holistic healing, but in
Mhm.
also regular medical buildings, hospitals, and things. And it's just like, it's not really new. I mean, oh, no, mind me, this is my Mozzie. Most of
Look at those eyes. How beautiful.
yeah. So he
Male
likes
or
to jump up.
female.
He's a boy,
He's beautiful.
and he likes to jump on when he hears mommy talking to her tablet. So
His eyes are
Yeah.
incredible.
he's going to have to move soon, though. But so yeah, I mean, that's what they were doing in, back in Lemuria, Atlantis, and these early civilizations. People would sit and they would just lay in colors coming from the crystals or
Mhm.
from the stained glass and things that they use. This is nothing new. We just lost it over the centuries. And especially, of course,
Mhm.
when, modern patriarchal religions took over,
Absolutely.
a lot of being outside the soft colors and everything, and the churches became dark. They became kind of dank, and it kind of, they wanted to take the color because they knew color. I mean, you do have the stained glass, though. I have to give you that. That's absolutely gorgeous. I'm glad they kept that. But
Except for the crucifixion that's so in stained glass so many times. A man
come on,
being
move over. Come on,
nailed
over
to
there.
the cross. I find that violent. I can't stand the fact that people wear crosses.
Really?
It's an item of torture to me.
Mhm. Yeah, it's.
That's how I saw it as a child, and that's just pretty much never changed. I
Oh,
wanted to wear
you
a
you
cross.
would have had a hard time in my household. My mom had this. I don't know who did the drawing. It was an incredible drawing. It had to have been charcoal, but it was a good, like, 36 by 36. It was a large size black and white charcoal price on the cross. And
Our church had a huge wooden one at the end. I was raised Episcopalian, and up by the altar, it was enormous.
mhm.
All I could think of was that
Hello.
poor man. He didn't deserve that.
No. And Nancy Riker. Hello, Nancy. We're
Hi,
coming
Nancy.
in.
Hi, Lauren.
Amanda. So, in the beginning of this, I was going through my
I'm with
notes.
you, Amanda.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
There was a quote from the ebook that I was just sharing with you, ladies.
Mhm.
And it says, according to Paracelsus and other great masters of the secret wisdom, when a universal life cycle begins, it first appears as a rapidly vibrating mass of scintillatory colors, an infinite spiral of colors. Within the globe resides the mighty cosmic power of transmuting spiritual energy into physical substance and vice versa. And we're to continue from this fact, we can all appreciate the tremendous energy stored up in light and radiation in terms of color. And in studying color, we are studying a cosmic force of immeasurable and infinite power. We shall see later that colors enters, or rather pervades, life on all planes of consciousness. So,
Wow.
and even ancient Egyptians, apparently at Karnak and Thebes in their wisdom schools, were conscious of the color of power and would use that in their great temples and teaching the vibrations of how to heal and use color.
Well, I guarantee you corporations know about color.
Oh, yeah.
They know all about what color does. And
Yeah, because they use it in advertising.
Like Tiffany's box is a teal. Tiffany blue is a teal. It's just a baby green,
Mm-hmm.
blue green. And
Yes.
they've made that their signature for hundreds of years now, a couple
Yeah.
hundred years.
I love
I don't know how old
Tiffany's.
Tiffany is, but
My goodness. And also, when researching too, talking about companies, a lot of the sport leagues use teal now. It became popular in the
mhm,
90s.
yeah,
So you got the Miami Dolphins, a lot of teal, and other teams now in
mhm.
baseball and in basketball using a lot
That's
of
true.
teal in their colors.
Yeah.
And it's showing up in all the holidays. Even Christmas, you've got teal
Hmm.
and the other blues.
Mhm.
Yeah, the so that in American households from color psychology, they said that blue-green shades are most popular in U.S. homes, with teal being the happy medium in between,
Right.
That
because
makes
you're
sense.
taking the tranquility of blue and putting it
Mhm.
with the loving optimism of green. And so that's a very popular
And I
color.
found it interesting that they use teal or blues for the menorah Christmas cards for the Jewish
Oh, I did
holiday.
not know that.
Teal? I thought that was just blue.
Well, they have blue, but they all edge just a little closer to it all the
I'll be
time,
darned.
just because it's a warmer color
Probably so.
and it's a happy color.
Well,
So
teal
they use it.
symbolizes individuality,
Hmm.
renewal,
Hmm.
morality, and practicality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the more unfavorable traits can be standoffishness, because you got to have the positive, with the
Hmm.
negative. And for me, if you don't have I don't know, say negative, but if you had let's just stick with the word. It is what it is. If you didn't have the negative,
You have
that
to have a balance of
you
both.
would not see the
Right.
beauty of the positive. And
That's
if you
right.
didn't have the negative, you wouldn't see how you can learn and
Yeah.
what you could take from that. So negative is just as important as the positive.
Well, I was
Yeah.
reading the positive and negative traits. Well, all of them. The teal symbolizes the effects. The effects of teal calms, supports, enlightens, heals.
Hmm.
Positive traits are broad minded, welcoming, sympathetic, logical. Negative traits, uneasy, edgy, private, apprehensive. Every one of those words is me. So it's no
No,
wonder that I am drawn to teal because every
really.
bit of that in some way is a part of me. So
And
isn't that strange?
And it is
and
one of the few colors that goes with everything.
mhm. But
Mhm.
I can understand that though, Priscilla, and for you and for a lot of us, because when I was living in Flagstaff back in Arizona, and I was doing my Reiki crystal training and stuff in Sedona, we had been introduced to, of course, the seven basic chakras, but there was also one that was just in between, because we have more than seven. We just learned the more popular ones,
Right.
and there's one called the higher heart chakra.
That's
Some call
cool.
it the radiant heart, and some call it the ascended heart, and also the thymus chakra. But that was a chakra that my teacher said, imagine like a blue opal. Online, I've seen pink, but for me, I love opals, and I actually have. Where's my camera? One of
Oh, that's
my
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I've
it's
never
for
seen one that green. Wow.
it's a it like I said, the color's being thrown off a little bit, but it's a Peruvian
Lovely.
opal, and because
Okay.
me, I love my crystals, so another form of that. And that beautiful radiant is considered the seat of the soul. So I can see why you're attracted to that,
Oh,
because
interesting.
you connect the love that you have in your heart, and you have such a beautiful way of communicating it, that that is so naturally strong to you, that color.
Wow.
um
Isn't that amazing?
so, and not just for you, for a lot of us, but some of us have it a little bit more stronger, because you just said you have both the positive, you have the negative, you have that whole energy vibe right there in
Yeah,
that
I was
color.
just looking at it going, this is just describing me all of it.
Is it
I
describing
know.
you to a TEO?
Teal.
um,
Yeah.
but the colors that occur naturally, peacocks, animals, and something else
Oh, yeah.
interesting I learned. The name teal comes from the
The bird.
Eurasian teal. I did not know this. A common
Isn't the Eurasian
freshwater
teal,
duck.
isn't it a type of a duck?
Freshwater duck with a
Yeah.
bluish green stripe extending from its eye to the back of its head.
I think I've seen those.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Did you have anything, Heather, that you wanted to add in your notes? Because Priscilla's pretty much covering. I think we both found the same websites. And
I think we
I
did.
know. And yeah,
now, what about
well,
crystals?
we both we just love that color. So I mean, we even talked about the swimming pool, how some people have been putting in a more quote natural lake look, the browns
Mhm.
and that's not inviting to me. The blue
No, it's
water
gotta be blue,
and
the
tealish feel of it.
aquamarine,
Yeah.
That's
turquoise.
inviting.
Yeah,
That's
those are
inviting.
inviting to us.
Yeah. It
And
makes,
even I even have some glitter that you put in like sparkling wine or 7-Up and water or things like that. But our favorite colors are blue and teal. I have all sorts of colors, but the blue and the teal are the ones that we like to use.
Heather found
most.
edible glitter that we put in Prosecco.
Mhm.
That's how it started. Was just
And
a
it just
little.
edible
churns
glitter.
all the time.
It is awesome, and it fizzes with the
it just completely churns the whole time you've got
It's
any
so
in the
cool.
glass.
Hi, Teresa.
really-
Great to see you. Thanks for the hugs. We can always use those.
Yes.
That's when she sees me do this, then she knows
Aw.
I'm giving her the hug
I
back.
love that. I love that.
Now, do you ladies work with crystals? Are you connected to any type of? Do you have any like teal colored crystals?
I don't.
Your
I don't
place?
well, I do.
No,
We have
well,
some turquoise.
Turquoise can be towards teal because it does have the green in it.
Mm-hmm.
But even it, I mean, it's. Trying to
Yeah,
think what
you
they
have some
said.
right there in front of you.
I know, and it's for healing power, and it's a good stone. It's not. It does make you feel good to see it, but I was working on it, trying to remember what it said about the teal, because teal is not. It's funny, but when I was starting to look at the psychology of the different colors, teal was not one that was just automatically mentioned. They had all the other colors, the blue, orange, yellow, but teal was not like a secondary color. So, and it only went through the primary and secondary. And so that nobody said much about teal. And yet that is one of the colors that we really like. And it's not just.
It's like an analogous color. It's made from, corresponding colors next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why you have your aquas, your teals, even though they're separate.
But they're all
also
listed
the
under
same.
blue.
Yeah.
And that
They're
makes it
not blues
difficult
to me at all.
No, it's not
I don't
blue.
think they're blue.
Yeah.
If I can get
Well,
this
the Tibetan monks, they said they use the color teal as a symbol of the infinite nature of the sea and sky, which actually is kind of like the
Haint blue.
the haint blue,
because it confuses
the spirits, and they think it's the sky or water that they can't go through.
So they don't want to go into that area. And the same thing is true for wasps and bees. They think they're in the sky. They want to move. They don't try to build anything there.
Yes, it's wild.
What was the stone you were holding up?
This is one of my Amazonite, and I pulled this one out because
it
it has
beautiful
teal colors in it. The Amazonites
lots of teal colors.
Yeah, I was going to say I had one too, and it also is teal
loves.
colors.
So you can show that.
It's a teal color, but you can hardly see it.
And another interesting about teal, I can say this because at least back in the 90s, I was a bridesmaid for my sister and for one of my friends in college, and our bridesmaid dresses were a shade of teal. That was a very popular color back then.
Yeah,
so
it was.
Tell that teal was very big in the 90s as well.
I think green or moss green must have been a color at one time because that's what the house was. I also remember having a bridesmaid dress that color. And I'm going, really? Moss green. Okay. It wasn't a real pretty green. It was just like our house before we
I
painted.
I
the
love
house
all colors.
it was like dirty army green. It hadn't been
Oh,
painted in a while.
Split
So
pea. Yeah.
wait. And Tracy
yeah,
Ralph mentioned Larimar. I used to have a piece. That's a beautiful stone too.
it
It's
is.
typically more of a light blue, but
Larimer is beautiful.
Larimar is actually the energies to Larimar because it's only found in one area, like the Moldavite is.
Mm-hmm.
They said it has a lot energy connection because it was formed, I guess, around the time of Lemuria. So they
Is that
said there's a
right?
lot of Lemurian energy that was in that.
And where's Larimar found?
It is actually down in the Caribbean
Oh,
area, if
right.
I
Where?
remember correctly.
Caribbean.
The
Okay.
Caribbean.
Ooh,
But
Teresa K-Tech says her birthstone is an aquamarine and she's a Pisces. I
these,
love aquamarines.
And yet
mhm.
mine, I'm also a Pisces. So you must be a later
Yeah,
Pisces.
you're early.
I'm early because mine is still amethyst.
Yeah.
Oh, real? Okay, that's interesting because I know the traditional, like zircon is under, was listed under teal, and that was basically pretty much it for Sagittarians. But now, over the years, they're also introducing alternatives and from other cultures. So now I'm seeing azurite, I'm seeing turquoise. So
It's
it's
good to
really
see
nice
these
to see new
stones out there.
colors. Yeah, I'm just gonna look really quick. I have my book right here. I don't know why I just don't pick up my book. Um, but yeah, if nobody, for people who don't know what Larimar is, it's also known as the Dolphin Stone. So that's a
Wow, I
picture.
didn't know that either.
Well,
So
stones,
beautiful.
whoops, stones
Whoops.
change names over the, come on.
Yeah, I am definitely drawn to that color,
Hmm.
So
to
it's
the teal and the blues.
like the water, the foam right on top of the water.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm
I
trying to
used to
get,
wear. I forgot. I used to wear turquoise all the time when I in the 70s and 80s.
And
I
my
had a
mom
ton of
loved it.
turquoise
She
jewelry.
would buy me turquoise, and I really didn't like turquoise. I don't know
No,
why, but I didn't want it.
I loved it. I wore it all the time.
And yet now I think it's beautiful.
It's funny, isn't it?
yeah,
Just
there's different types of two living in Arizona. You have the Sleeping Beauty, which is some
yeah,
of the expensive ones, because it's that really super bright, a little bit
and
brighter than a
that
robin's
mine's been
egg.
closed for a long time.
And but for me, when it came to the turquoise, I don't have it um, unboxed yet, but I loved the ones that has that natural dark browns and
Right.
very earthy colors
The
in the
variegated
deeper
ones.
blue. I really, I'm just
Just
checking
brought
where it
my
is.
turquoise frog in.
Oh, that would have been cute.
Okay, where is Laram? The Dominican Republic,
Dominican Republic. Interesting.
Cool.
around the city of Barahona. So, yeah, Dominican Republic.
That's cool.
Yes. Oh, I'm looking to see if I have any other notes. Checking an eye on. Hello, Gypsy T. I have a beautiful Larimar necklace. Oh, I
Aw.
would
Oh,
love to see that because when Larimar started coming in the market, I was working at Crystal Magic in Flagstaff, and it was so nice because I was in charge of the crystal department, and I got a discount.
Ooh,
So
I would never
whenever
get a paycheck. It would just go right back in.
half of it was gone by the time, and they would be like, Heather, Larry came back up from his trip to the to his dealers and down in, when they had the Tucson gemstone, and they would bring the slats up for our stone because the main store is in Sedona, and I would be like, oh, ooh, what's in here? I go, okay, I'll take that, I'll grab that one.
Oh, I'm sure. I would
um,
too,
but
without a
even back
doubt.
then, Larimar was spending like my Moldavite, but I got half off. Um, However, I
It's
was doing
expensive.
Reiki
It's
shares,
it's very
and
expensive.
we did
Yeah.
a healing ritual, Reiki circle for this one lady, and my guy said, "Give her the Larimar," and I'm thinking, it's my only piece. I love it, but it was like, no, she needs this to move, to remember this and to move forward. And it was so hard
Oh,
for me to give up that piece, but it was meant to help her. When I did hand it to her and she looked at it and her eyes started welling up, she's like, "Oh my God, it's beautiful. Thank you." So I was like, okay, one of these days, you know, I'll get another piece when it's meant to. So when Gypsy T said she's got a whole necklace, whoo, girl, I would
I'm gonna
love to
have to
see
ask
a
her about
picture
that.
of that. Um, just looking at see if there was anything else that spirit one. And actually, now people know I don't do health questions or things that has to do with law. So YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. But it has been on line that teal is good for the immune system, and because of that being that higher heart being where your thymus is, which is
Makes
also a place of compassion and transformation, it makes a lot of sense. So and with mental health, I'm very open that I have several mental health diagnoses, and so a lot of times I love the light blue stones because they help me to focus and bring that energy in when the anxiety gets too much, or I feel like I can't get out what I want to say. So stones really do, and their colors, all of this does work on every level of your body, because if you have something that's mentally going on, that affects the rest of them. It's like they're all a part of the
hmm
same you know
Yeah.
system, part of
Yeah.
our energy. We're all connected. When one starts to suffer, the others will. So it's always keeping that balance. And I do, some people say, well, how do you know they really work? Well, if you go in with the attitude that this is stupid, it's not going to work, then guess what, it ain't going to work.
That's
But
true.
I do find
Mhm.
that stones do help, um but not to be in place of medical, you know
hmm
um regular doctors, but they do help
There's a
enhance.
lot of things that I didn't believe in. I didn't think smudging worked either. There's a lot of things until you try it, you don't
Hmm.
realize
Right.
the
Yeah.
power that's there. You just
Yeah.
have to remain open minded and give it a chance.
Yep.
Right.
Because I used to call most of this stuff woo woo nonsense.
It's the
And yet it
woo.
works.
Yeah, I love
It
Yeah,
that.
works.
that changed about 20 years ago.
Mm.
And when you really think about it, I mean, because teal or haint blue's been used in the South for a long, long time.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, that the
Yep.
haint blue color, it came from the Gula Geechees. The haint blue first derived from the dye produced in low country indigo plantations,
Mhm.
originally used by enslaved Africans and later by the Gula Geechee to
Yeah.
combat haints and boo hags, the evil spirits who escape their human forms at night to paralyze, injure, ride the way a person might ride a horse, or even kill innocent victims. The color was said to trick haints into believing that they've stumbled into water, which they cannot cross, or the sky, which will lead them further from the victims they seek. So that was
Mhm.
the low countries like Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, this,
And
the
yet they used them
plains.
in the
Yeah.
plantation house on their ceilings too. It kept all the
Mhm.
Yep.
unwanted
The
bees
Gula
and things
Geechee
away.
started it, and then it
It
moved
just
into
spread
the.
on. And
Yeah.
it wasn't considered woo woo back then.
Mm-mm.
That
No.
was just an obvious thing that they did. How it got to be woo woo, I don't know.
Well,
But a lot of these things, I think that
patriarchal,
Patriarch
things,
was
religions and stuff.
easy.
yeah, I think things that worked, people, oh, that's just woo woo. They
Mhm.
wanted to poo poo it. And they, just label it. It's kind of like they labeled crones. We're wise women. We are not old hags. And old hags
That's
came
debatable.
from hags were wise women as well. But men started calling
Witness,
them
girl,
hags.
go on, share it, get in there,
Exactly.
teach.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when I was learning goddess, I'm like, maiden, mother, and crone. What is a crone? And then I saw, and of course, I'm in my 20s. I'm like, you, so an old person is a crone, and
A wise
More
person.
I didn't
misogyny. More
say it as,
misogyny.
and
Hmm.
then it's like as
Supposed
I
to be
got
somebody
older,
old and ugly
I
and
learned,
whatever. And
yep,
We're here to tell you they're not.
We decided we were going to change the attitude about the word crone because we're
I
smart.
had no idea. The pink hair, that yeah, I don't see it.
Label me a crone. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a term of power. So, like you said,
It
it's a
is.
wise woman. It was the medicine women. It was even
Absolutely.
before, because a lot of people think, when you say medicine woman or man or shamanism, that's only to the Native American tribes of North America and South America. But, there were also our European ancestors. They also were doing shamanic work. Those
Absolutely.
indigenous people, the Celts and, the Germanic, the Teutonic, even.
Well, they realized that we're part of Mother Earth. We're not just sitting on
all
top
over. Yes.
No.
of
And
So-
they knew so many things because they lived through them. And that was the whole premise. It was one of those. Yeah, there we go.
think you're an old wise woman, Tracy Ralph.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anybody over 50.
She put mold in there, and I was like, oh, my
Moldy
goodness.
old wise woman.
And now we're more
Warts and
moldy
all.
than you.
Warts and all. Whoa.
Yep, I'm getting those now. Oh, but I'm just going to look really quick, see if I left anything out. I'm looking at the time, 3:42. Well, did you want to go ahead, ladies, and do the collective?
Sure.
And then
Sure.
maybe do single cards for anybody who,
Okay.
because with the higher heart chakra, it's interesting. The quotation on that was given, or the affirmation, was "I relate," and so
Was
I
what?
thought it might be "I relate."
I relate.
I
So
relate.
it's like relate.
Okay.
So what do I relate to? So maybe for the collective, and if anybody wants a single card, we could maybe pull a card on how can I relate more to areas of my life through the use of, or the power of, the color of teal. I'm trying to make it not so it's not too long, but how can I use the here. How can I utilize the color of teal to help me
In my
to
life.
relate more in my life, or in our life?
Okay.
Yeah, in our life.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
And this is
I
a
get too
collective.
picky sometimes. It's just like,
Oh, it's
I just-
hard to figure out the right wording. Come on. We all have trouble with that. How do I word this?
it's like I can see like Gerald sitting there going, hashtag overachiever. No, it's not overachiever. It's just me trying to make sure that I make sense.
I relate. Okay.
How can I use my words to fit my purpose? Tracy suggested.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
Well, I'm going to use Seasons of the Witch card, the Samhain Oracle, because it's that time of year, and I'm a Halloween type baby since I was born exactly a week before.
Yes.
Hi, Epiphany. Lovely to see you here, beautiful.
Yeah, it's wonderful having a birthday. My daddy was a Scorpio. So, okay, so.
Oh, I think that partial eclipse has been affecting everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
How's it been affecting you, Warrior Girl? In what ways?
Okay. I got 3. Do you ladies want to go first, or are you still shuffling?
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm-
'Cause
Okay. I'm just going to do this really quick. So, for the collective, I got the drum. Learning to reconnect to your heartbeat, to the earth, to the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Feeling from a heart space. And of course, the higher heart is where the teal color is. So, feeling that connection, the seat where your soul is, the drum does that. It connects all of our heartbeats together. So it's beautiful to bring more of that energy into our being at this time. Also, the time master, this time of year, when the veils are the thinnest, where we're able to more access our ancestors, our spirit guides, our higher selves, our higher truths. And the last one, the gatherer, gathering what it
This time
is
of
that
year.
we need into our lives. And the color too. And these cards have a lot of teal in them as well. That's why I love this deck. One of the ones I chose. So
And what's the name of that deck? I think I have that deck. It
It
looks very
is
familiar.
Collect, Bear, and Read, the Mississippi
Yes.
Starman Oracle.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, I have like 10 of her decks. So I like Colette's decks.
Beautiful deck.
And then of course the gathering what you need to be able to reconnect at this time. And that gathering could be gathering, reconnecting with your guides, reaffirming your beliefs, reconnecting to Mother Earth, reconnecting to what it is that you want to do with your life and your spiritual goals. Just gathering everything that is of you and honoring it, acknowledging it, and be quiet. Oh, now the other one is here, so I'll let that go on. Go ahead, ladies. I'm going to mute so you don't hear her.
I don't really understand what we're doing.
You're doing a collective reading with those 3 cards.
Not related to anything particular.
Not related to anything.
Well, the first card was innocence, and I think we need to keep the innocence about what we're saying, and not laying any blame out. And the next card I got was fairy magic, which you can't hardly see there, but it must be because of the green in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fairy magic that helps us keep that innocence going and keeping everything simple. If we do all those 3 things, we keep it simple and no blame in it, and use our fairy magic to help everybody, anything we say is going to be received so much more calmly and without offense of anything. So when we're giving advice, we want to use no blame. We want the innocence and the fairy magic, and as well as the simplicity, making everything work this way. When we communicate, we're just going to be sending out more and more love, and I think that's what we need to do.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Okay, well, I got, first of all, stay rooted, stay grounded. May you never tear the living ritual that is magic merged within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. Beautiful
I love that.
So stay rooted. Let your inner witch come out. Grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly, awaken all that is, a mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living in the alchemy of self. I think that's beautiful. And then put it all together in your cauldron and make it grow. Bewitching, yes, it be. Blink and you shall see a bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. So don't leave it in the rain. Spread it.
Yep. Beautiful. And so just I saw Pepper Jackie. Hello, welcome. I did have you on the list. So really quick. Oh my goodness. The other one decided to come in. She rarely makes a guest appearance, but this is my Ziva. She's my Crone.
Hi, Ziva.
She's 15 years old now.
Wow.
And
we can beat you. We have one that's 19.
Oh, wow. So, yes.
Hi, Kitty Puss.
That's her. So I'm going to get up and move her.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a normal cat.
She gets ornery now.
Did you hear something, Puppy Doodle?
Come here.
Whew. So for individual cards, I kind of like what oh wait a minute, Epiphany said, holy moly, all the cards are just so perfect. No, stay. Come back. Yeah, I think so, especially at this time, because people are awakening more now. They're, because of everything that's dark and heavy going on in the world, they're the people who are more or of the light are more coming forward and being more open and wanting to be a difference and seeing how things need to be changed. and those who don't want to, they will be left behind. And that vibration is there. And
I don't know that I agree that they're going to be left behind. I think they're going to be left in their 3D world.
yeah, that's what I
I
meant.
think they're
Be
going
left
to be
behind
happy
as
where
in
they
that
are. They
energy.
don't want to sin. They're not interested, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant by being left behind, as in that they won't ascend or move forward where the with the rest of us, and they'll choose to remain in that place
And yet
of, you
they
know,
kind of coexist with us,
Mm-hmm.
and we just move in and out of the different
Frequencies.
in order to communicate. So we don't lose anybody if we ascend, and if we don't ascend, you're not losing those that are ascending because they're coming back and
Yeah.
keeping those links open.
I love the
So,
elementals. We have fairies in
Yes.
our garden
yes, we
That's
do.
we
wonderful.
communicate with.
Now,
And
I
to be honest with you, our plants are talking more than ever. I talk to my plants and they talk back, and that's pretty new. That's only been in the last couple of years, and it's getting stronger all the time.
see, I've never been able to grow anything. My mom had the green thumb. I killed mint. I can't grow anything.
I
This-
kill mint.
This guy here, especially this top part right here, he was broken off from a plant at my doctor's office, and he was about this big around.
Look at you go, girl.
And now look at him. Isn't
He's
he
beautiful.
He's looking great.
Is it a jade plant?
I
What
don't
is-
know what it is. My mom, I should know, you would
Except for
think.
it has rough leaves, but they're nice and thick, aren't they?
When they grow, they do a loop. I seen the full plants at my doctor's
Cool.
office.
Well,
And
it
he has
certainly
good
likes you.
I can tell, and I like him, and so he makes me very
I love
happy. So I like how Tracy had proposed this for single cards. How do you ladies feel about that question, or do we want to tweak it for
I'm
the
sorry, what-
individual?
How can I use my words to fit my purpose?
Speak from your heart.
Is she asking for a card or just for?
No, as a suggestion, maybe that we can ask when we pull cards for people who
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
a card.
Sure.
Sure,
Does that resonate with you, ladies?
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm going to pull the dream deck though.
And so far I have one starred so far, and that's Pepper Jackie. So
Okay.
if I miss anybody, please let me know. And if you would like a card from each of us, each of us ladies, please let us know.
Well, I did pull a card for Tracy Ralph, and you were asking how your words could convey what you really want. And I pulled frequency shift. So make sure you're in your highest possible frequency to be talking, because then what you really want to say will be heard.
Cool.
Very nice.
Okay.
Okay, so for Pepper Jackie.
So this is for Pepper Jackie.
Mm-hmm. And I know Pepper Jackie, I believe I met her through Tangi and Gerald, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen you, Jackie.
Okay.
And Rory Girl, I did get you. Yep, Tracy said, thank you, Heather. That was great advice. Good advice. Good, great, fabulous.
Okay, I pulled. I
Whoa.
unleash my wilderness and choose to be free. That's for you, Pepper Jackie. I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. Let your freak flag fly. That's what it's telling you.
Don't be afraid to use your divinity.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Don't be afraid to use it. Really. Let me see what I'm trying. It's there for you to use, but the feeling I get is that you're afraid that you're going to be thought different. All I can tell you is that I have been different all my life, and I wouldn't change it.
Amen, sister.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think we can all
Blessed
agree.
be.
So don't be afraid of being different. Don't be afraid to use what you have. Okay.
I've been trying to tell my grandchildren that are teenagers, It's okay to be different. You don't want to be like everybody else.
Yes, because the world would be a very boring place. And
Use your gifts, what you have. Oh,
and
Pachamama,
Oh, cool.
Pachamama,
Mother Earth.
reconnecting. There's you go, divine feminine, connecting to Mother Earth, connecting to her wisdom, listening to her heartbeat, letting her guide you through um, the different stages of your life that you're going through right now. She's the wise woman. The talking about elemental, for the people of the Andes and down in Peru. She's the sacred Earth Mother,
She is.
and they have a whole mountain that's dedicated to her. Um, and she's so deeply revered and respected and honored. And so she wants you to feel the same for yourself, that you're to be respected, you're not to be afraid of your power, to stand in your divine feminine energy, and to not be afraid to express it or to embrace it.
Lovely.
Good.
Perfect.
And hello, Sharon. Sharon Rhubarb Tarot. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to
Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Okay, warrior girl, you got it. Why is it I got the same card?
Oop, let me get you back
There
over.
must be a
I
reason
got the
for it.
same card.
Might
You
be a
guys,
collective message for
you
all
guys
of us.
need, I think the collective message is speak your truth. I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. That's be yourself. Be different. Let
And
your freak flag fly and speak your
frequency
truth.
and frequency shift goes along with that.
Absolutely
Yeah.
it does.
Speak
Mm-hmm.
your truth with the frequency shift. So yes,
Wow.
yeah, I think you're right. It is a
A
collective.
collective message. Interesting. What did you get, Heather?
I got the drum again
What?
There you go.
Awesome.
of all those cards.
Yep.
All of these cards, I got the same card. That's just bizarre.
So it's reconnecting, especially with the mother energy with Earth. And it doesn't mean to negate the male aspect of ourselves, but it's the
Balance.
feminine power has been so suppressed for so long. She needs to be rebalanced, reintegrated into us. And that's why I love what the spirit of color and what you when you learn about the colors is that if you need those energies, any of those type of energies, like with teal, if you need that color, for transformation to help have more compassion, um, to connect with the seat of your soul of who you are, wrapping even just like a simple scarf in that color and wrapping it around you and feeling excuse me, and feeling that color that way. That's another way to bring in that energy as well. But yeah, dancing and beating our own drums, reconnecting with
That's
the divine feminine.
fantastic card.
Ooh,
Yep.
I'm loving them.
Me too. Epiphany, you betcha.
Oh, that one came out really quick.
Go for it.
Oh, okay. I always like my guest to go first.
It's okay if you've already got your card. I'm still shuffling.
Yeah, that one just flew right out, and I got the beauty way. And the beauty way
Wow.
has a lot
Yes.
to
Beautiful
do
card.
with walking in beauty, being connected to your source, to your creator, great spirit, your higher power. And even if you don't believe in a higher power, believe in the power of yourself, of your life on earth, and finding that beauty in all aspects of ourselves, which I know is hard because I struggle with this on a daily basis. We all do, or else we wouldn't be here learning. So I'm constantly reminding myself of that. But remember to walk in beauty, saying, I speak in beauty. I listen in beauty. It doesn't mean we have to agree with what people are saying, but to just sit there and to listen and to not let ego take over and just like they said, walking in beauty, talking in beauty, hearing what's beautiful around you in nature, seeing the beauty in nature, appreciating a beautiful piece of artwork, or, sitting down to enjoy a beautiful meal, enjoying everything, just being in that beauty way. And I just love the lotus, the universal spirit. And then, of course, you have that beautiful dragonfly, which moves
Beautiful.
beyond illusion. It has you moving in between the worlds and reconnecting to your higher self, so that when you do walk in beauty and you start seeing and experiencing life in a beautiful way through all of our senses, that's how we connect with our higher selves and we open and develop more.
That's true. I think I
Yeah.
remember the beauty way. Beauty before me, beauty behind me,
Mhm.
beauty all around me. I walk in beauty. I think that's
I'm
how
going
it.
to look that up.
You go ahead and then I'll finish.
I welcome clear vision and inspired action. Oh, that's so beautiful.
I see that tying in what she was talking about, looking at all the beautiful
Beautiful
things.
things around you. I welcome clear vision and inspired action, Epiphany.
And I drew vibrational. And if you remember, everything is vibrational. So when you're looking at all this beauty around you, feel the vibration of the beauty. Feel it when you welcome it all around you. So, because that way you can truly, truly appreciate it. When for me, things that you're supposed to hear, I don't. I happen because of my hearing aids. It's just very difficult sometimes. But if you tune into the vibration, you feel it so much more, and you
True.
can really, really appreciate that beauty. And where I can't hear it, I can still feel the vibration from it, especially in music, and it makes a big difference. So
Resonates.
listen for the vibration, feel the vibration of the beauty that you're seeing. Okay.
That's beautiful, Heather.
That is beautiful.
Lovely.
And to really quick, with beauty before me, I walk. With beauty behind me, I walk. They repeated that from that one. Okay, that's a repetition because they're very long. So I thought that was the whole. Um, they have different versions of it.
Obviously, yeah, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness, I thought. But yes, I love that too, though. That is beautiful. It's a beautiful mantra to have. With beauty before me, I walk. But also imagining all the four directions and your guides with you. So
Lovely.
very nice. Okay, so we have one more, and that's for Miss Amanda Carroll. Yes, Amanda. Just looking to
You
see.
betcha.
Yes, Epiphany Noel. Love these messages so much, y'all. Thank you dearly. It's our pleasure.
Our pleasure for sure.
Oh, and really quick. Hey, Sherry. Sherry H., we were talking about you a little bit earlier.
Cleaning kitchen and making gumbo. Oh, please bring me some gumbo.
Yeah. How do we get there?
Homemade.
Oh, I do love me some gumbo.
I truly want to do a road trip one of these days and go and hang down with Sherry. I mean, man, that'd be a blast.
Amanda.
Yes, Sherry, of course, it's always good stuff. It's all had to do with the spiritual aspects of different. And Sherry actually read with me once on the Rougarou. I come across so many cool legends of entities and urban legends and myths that Sherry has read with me on the Rougarou, on
Cool.
the Myrtle Plantation and stuff. So, yeah, she's a hoot.
How fun. Okay.
Let me
Miss
put you in the
Amanda,
light
I
seat.
got I forgive and let go with loving ease. Whatever's bothering you, let it go with love. If it's not for your highest good, if it doesn't bring you joy, let it go.
And the card I drew for you is manifest, which is very difficult to see because of the background. However, it goes with what she has, because in order for you to be able to manifest to your greatest ability, you have to let
go.
those other things go. Okay?
Forgive and let go.
Right.
And this is the perfect season. I love how they always, it's beautiful to see the trees letting go, and just letting the leaves fall, knowing that, they will regrow and they'll be,
Mhm.
rebirthed anew later on. I mean, it shows, they says shows how beautiful letting go can be. So
Yeah.
I'd say the
definitely.
trees are really good at that. You're right.
Yes.
And what
They're
did you
really
pick?
good at showing us the beauty of letting go.
And Amanda, I have many paths. So part of this letting go and moving forward might have to be individuals that may not accept your new path that you're exploring. This could be many paths into spirituality, things that you will no longer accept in your personal relationships with other people, like boundaries, um, attending to yourself more. Um, and sometimes we just have to just cut those cords, whether it's with, people in our immediate family, our friends circle, sometimes with even social media, possibly. It's like we were discussing earlier, too much social media with all the negative energy that's going on in the world. That brings our frequency down, and that brings our immune system down, and it brings our souls down.
True.
And what we need to do is to get back into and embracing. For me, it feels like it's like a hands coming together and holding that beautiful spirit of light. And that yellow color in our chakras is our place of our solar plexus, where we hold our personal power, where we
Mhm.
hold, this is what I believe in, this is what I represent, this is my place of integrity. So sometimes all these many paths are opening up to you, and there will be those that probably will have to be left behind, whether people, old thought patterns, beliefs that we were raised with, but moving forward and letting go and just seeing what waits ahead, in your hands, and let that light guide you.
Lovely.
Lovely.
That's
Yes.
perfect. That's perfect.
So thank you, Amanda, for letting us. She says I'll keep that with me. Many paths indeed. Hello, Willow. Thank you for stopping in. Another beautiful crone. This lovely lady is 82. She just started a brand new business.
I love it.
So I just, I totally look up to her. It's just like, no matter what age, you can do whatever it is that you want to do.
It's true. It's
Exactly.
true. Who thought I would start a YouTube channel at 70 years old or 69? That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I never in a million years would have thought we'd do something like that.
Yeah.
Certainly not
For,
me.
for a lot of us, this is what the community, the initial
Hmm.
people in our community started. And a lot of us were just all in chat, just talking to each other. And then start realizing, watching ladies like you, other fellow readers. And the more of us are going, wait a minute, I kind of feel like connected to this. Maybe I want to explore. And our community has just grown I can never say that word right,
Exponentially.
exponentially.
I know it's
Yes.
so hard to say that word.
So,
Did I butcher it?
No, you
well,
did
not
good.
as bad as I did. Yes, I have that deck. Love it. Just making sure I didn't miss any insights. I always love the metaphor of the leaf falling. It's not dying or dead. It's just another form.
It's
If that
beautiful.
makes sense. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All paths lead to home. Exactly. Very
All
nice.
paths lead to home.
That's true.
And Sharon, 68, she still rides her motorcycle.
I love that. You
All
go,
Riding
right.
girl.
around all
Way to
summer.
go.
Yep.
I love motorcycles, but I don't know how to ride one.
Yeah.
I don't know how to drive.
My daddy loved his motorcycles. So, ladies, thank you so much
Oh, thank
Well,
you so
thank you
much
for
for
coming to
having
my
having
us.
us.
channel. I've been so excited about this. So,
And it's not
everybody,
long, it's just a couple of weeks where you'll be on ours.
Yes.
yes, we'll be talking about the talismans again, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
I know
We're going to
I'm
talk about more about
unpacking, and
talismans.
yes, I've got quite a few. So, I'm preparing for that. And any special guests coming up on your show this week? Because I know
Allie's going to
Saturday.
be on Sunday. Tomorrow we're going to do a show on, what's our show on? Oh, crystal grids. Newbies.
Oh,
This is beginning crystal grids. Crystal grid 101 because we've never done them. And my daughter and I, my granddaughter and Heather, we all did crystal grids this week. Well, they did them for the new moon. I did it for the full moon. And so we're going to play show and tell.
I
That'll be
love that.
tomorrow at 3
Yes.
Eastern, 12 Pacific. And then Sunday, Allie will be on.
Right.
And I can't remember what we're
I
going
love
to talk
Allie.
about. I'll have to talk to Allie before then and find out. But she'll be on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern and
Wonderful.
12 Pacific. So that's what we've got going on right now, I think. How about you?
I'm tired. I gotta watch my streamer because I get 20 hours a month of free streaming. But this was a great week. It's been very busy. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last night. So and then I've had a blast.
You know,
this
I
week.
found it kind of addictive
Yes.
going on. It kind of is. It's like people, when Heather got sick, it was like, are you really doing your show? And it was like, yeah, I kind of have to. Energetically, I just have to, right? And she was not saying no.
Yeah.
No, doing a lot of sleeping before and after, but I didn't say no to the show.
No.
And you had a lot of fellow followers sending you love and light. Constantly were in my
and
thoughts.
she felt them.
Yes.
And we so much appreciate all the love and light that was sent.
We
Because
do.
I'm telling you, her blood work, her chemistry, her x-rays all changed from the time that she got sick to the time that she was flown up to Miami. Those records changed.
It helps.
So it works. It totally works. And we appreciate each and every one of you for all that love and light.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
And Strawberry Rhubarb Sharon said she would like to do a collab with you ladies.
Oh,
so
we'd love to do that.
that will be
We'd love to do
definitely
that.
fun. So,
I can grab. I'm actually a subscriber to her channel, so I'll go leave her a message.
yes.
That'd be fun.
Awesome. Yes, I'll look forward to
Thank
seeing that
you,
one.
Heather.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for being in. I know a few of you came in at last minute. Feel free, watch playback. Please, the link for these lovely ladies are, or should I say badass crones, are in the description.
I think I like that better.
I
think I
nice.
prefer that.
Tracy has been putting in our links. Thank you very much, Tracy. I appreciate you so much. And you need to come on my channel too.
Yeah, she needs to come on ours as well.
There's, like I said, there's so many wonderful new leaders. It's just like, where do I start? Just start making the list. And especially now with the holidays, I know it's going to be getting a little crazy. And
well, we're actually slowing down for the holidays because I disappear at Christmas time for a couple of weeks, and I go up to Colorado to see my family.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'll be gone for a couple of weeks. I'm not quite sure what Heather's going to do this year. We'll
Probably
see.
stay home.
Shan lived briefly in
3 months.
Colorado, and he says it's beautiful. So hopefully one of these days, his dream is to hit the lottery. And if he does do that, boy, I am going on a road trip and seeing all the beautiful places that I've been wanting to see and do artwork based on those
Absolutely.
locations. So that's my request to the universe to be able to let me fulfill that dream. So we'll see. Oh, what do you mean you want to be a badass crone? You already are.
You are a badass crone.
And so is
I mean,
Miss
when you grow
Sherry.
up.
And so is Miss
Great,
Willow.
Sherry.
Great.
So
Yes.
breaking
There's
the
another
stigma
crone we
and the
need to meet.
labels. Yep. Gotta break
Thank
those
you guys
stigmas
for
and those
watching.
labels. Yes. Thank you again. And we will see everybody on our next live.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love to all of you.
Sending out love.
Yes.
Shine your lights.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just saying that. I'm getting straight down my face.